What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And today I want to talk to you about a few of the different reasons that the Nintendo Switch might fail. Two things before we get started. Number one, I know a lot of you are like, hey, Boogie, you're making too many Nintendo Switch videos, and that's true. I just want you guys to understand that the Nintendo Switch is really important to me. I need this to be good. Secondly, I know a lot of you are expecting one of these items on the list to be the Nintendo Creator Program and how they steal all of my revenue if I make a gameplay video of one of their games unless I voluntarily give them half of it. No, that's a different problem altogether. That doesn't deserve to be on the list about why the Switch may fail. Problem number one is the prices of the system and everything related to it. The $299 price tag is probably reasonable for what this does and what it is, and the equivalent price in the majority of the countries that it's being sold at it's pretty reasonable there too. But the majority of gamers that are gaming on a budget will compare that price to the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One and realize that for about the same price, they can pick up an entry-level PlayStation, an entry-level Xbox with some games. They have a much more vibrant ecosystem. They're much more powerful machines. This seems like it's a second console for a lot of people. PC gamers who want a second portable console or PlayStation 4 or Xbox gamers who want a portable console. They're not really going to be the first choice for a lot of people, especially at that price tag. But buying the basic system kit is where the problems begin. It gets much, much worse when you look at the peripherals. A second set of Joy-Cons will run you $80, or you can pay $40 for the left one and $40 for the right one. And as far as I can tell, that does not include the little square dog-faced dock that you put your Joy-Cons on, and that little square thing does not charge your Joy-Cons either, so you have to charge them by docking them on the Switch, or I guess plugging them in via USB. Slight pain in the ass to charge the damn things. The new Pro controller is actually around $70, which is about $10 more than you pay for competing brands' controllers, but it sucks to me that the Wii U Pro controllers, which I love so very much, are not forward compatible. Now, if you are fortunate enough to have two televisions that you want to play your Switch on, you might think you'll pick up a second dock. Well, turns out the second dock will run you about $80. In fact, these add-ons cost so much that if you just want another dock and another controller, you're up to $160. At that point, a new Switch kit is only $300 and includes a controller and a dock and a bunch of other stuff, as well as another console. So it almost makes sense if you need extra stuff to buy a second Switch. Which leads me to another hidden cost, and my third problem with the system is the online fees for the Nintendo Switch. Now, as a PC gamer, I'm used to playing online absolutely free. I already pay for internet, so there's very little reason it wouldn't be free. Obviously, Steam and Uplay and EA's little Origin system, all of this stuff is free. No one would even try to charge for that stuff on PC. But also, as a console player, I do pay for Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus, and I don't consider the online portion to be any of the value that I get from those services. With Xbox Live, I get 2 free Xbox One games, as well as an Xbox 360 retro game every single month, and over on PlayStation, I get 2 free games there as well, and they're not always cutting-edge, high-end games, but they tend to be games I wouldn't have bought otherwise, and I get to play them for free, and I think that's pretty cool. In a year, I get between 24 to 36 games on Xbox One, and those are mine to keep. Over on PlayStation, I get 24 free games, and those are mine to keep as long as I continue to subscribe to the service. So that, I think, is the baseline of what a subscription paid-for service should look like. And since Nintendo is late to the game here, you would expect Nintendo to beat those prices and beat those perks. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Nintendo has not stated what the pricing could be for this. It could be as little as $2 or $3 a month. It could be as much as $10 a month, as a competing service would be if you don't buy it in bulk discount. So it's hard to really judge what we're getting for our money. What you will get besides online play for the Switch, you will get access to some discounts similar to the other services provide, and Steam obviously provides for free. But you'll also get 1 game per month from the SNES or NES library that you can play all you want during that month, and then at the end of the month, they take it away. I'm not kidding. Now, there are such massive libraries for the NES and the SNES. There's no reason they should not be bringing an incredible number of games, even 2 or 3 a month, that should be yours to keep, or perhaps give you some sort of Netflix eat-all-you-want kind of option with a ROM library that they have the licenses to. They should have definitely done better than this. Even if it is just $2 or $3 a month, and I consider it to be a lot more, 1 free ROM a month that they take away at the end of the month, that's not worth it. But if you don't get it, You don't get to play Splatoon 2. Then, of course, one of the reasons that the Wii U failed, and could be the reason that the Switch fails, is third-party support. Now, I think this one is a little bit overstated, because the truth of the matter is, as a Nintendo fan, I buy Nintendo consoles for first-party Nintendo games, your Marios and your Zeldas and your Metroids and so on and so forth. Any third-party game is a bit of a perk, but it's not something that is required for me to buy the system. That's not true for everybody, though. Now, the good news is, at their little presser that they did last week, they definitely showed some developers developing for the system and saying that there's over 80 games with, 60 whatever developers working for the system. None of them seem particularly enthusiastic, and the reality of it is, a lot of these games are not system sellers. It would be really, really great for me and other fans and your casual buyer if a lot of mainstream AAA games were available there. I would just love to play some of those games on the go. Randy Pitchford tweeted out that he was trying to get Borderlands 3 to appear on the Nintendo Switch, which would be a dream come true for me because Borderlands is one of my all-time favorite series. He said, however, they were in talks and all of a sudden Nintendo just kind of dropped the talks. Nintendo is not doing enough to encourage developers like Gearbox to publish on their console. Which leads into my fifth problem, which is lack of games. So according to Wikipedia, here are the games that you can pick up on day one for your Nintendo Switch. Fast RMX, I Am Setsuna, Snipper Clippers, 1-2 Switch, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, Constructor HD, Just Dance 2017, Skylanders Imaginators, Super Bomberman, and of course the one everybody's buying the system for, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, if you're anything like me, there's probably one or two games on that list that excite you. I'm only excited about Zelda and Binding of Isaac Afterbirth because I will be able to play that on the go, and that's one of my favorite all-time games. But the majority of people that are going to buy the Switch are either looking for high-end third-party games, those mainstream games to be there, or high-end Nintendo licenses. And you don't get Mario until the end of the year. There's no word for a Metroid game. There is no word for a Pokemon game, even though there's rumors about it. Basically, the launch lineup, even for first-party titles, is next to nothing. Even if you include every single little game, including old ports like Skyrim for $60 that is not even the special edition, or Shovel Knight, which has been released for pretty much every system for several years now, you only get 39 total games in the first year, and only 5 or 6 of those are real big system sellers. You got, Splatoon, and you got Mario, and you got Zelda, and you've got a Sonic game, I guess. But basically, there's not a lot of big first-party games coming out, and there's not a lot of big third-party games coming out. There's just not a lot of big games announced for the system yet, and that really, really needs to change because there's not a lot of meat on the bone for early adopters like me, and the people that are going to wait will wait a very long time until there's a real library there. But the catch-22 there is, if they don't sell a lot of systems early on, then there will never be a library there because it doesn't look profitable to develop for the system. And then you have another Wii U all over again. And that's just the 5 major problems with the system. There's a lot of smaller problems, like the love and hate relationship that they have with YouTubers, or the kind of stuff like the specs for the console itself, or the battery life, or the fact that Netflix is rumored to not be coming to the system. There's enough stuff there that I could make a second video that lists twice as much smaller stuff. I didn't want to make that video. I really didn't even want to make this one. I want the Switch to succeed. I love portable gaming. I've been carrying a 3DS in my pocket for the last 3 years. I don't know what I would do without it. I love everything about it. I can't wait to play my Switch the next time I'm on a long car ride or I'm set in the doctor's office. I can't wait to play Legend of Zelda on the go. That's a dream come true. It's a dream come true. I personally hope that every single one of you watching this rushes out on day one and buys a Nintendo Switch and plays Breath of the Wild on it, even if it has to collect dust for a little while thereafter, because I want Nintendo to succeed. We in the industry need that to happen. We need another competitor besides Xbox, PlayStation, Steam. And by making a video like this, it can help Nintendo discover the problems that they have, that they need to defeat, and all of the problems listed in this video are pretty much fixable. So Nintendo, fix it. But that's just one man's opinion. I absolutely could be wrong. And if I am, I know that you'll take the time to let me know in the comments section below. And I know you'll take the time to like this video and share it with people as well. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much. And I'll speak with you again soon. Let me know, are you going to pick up a Switch? Are you going to wait for a little while? Do you think you'll never pick one up unless the price comes down? What do you think about the items on this list? If I'm wrong, I want to hear that I'm wrong because I want to be wrong. Please let me be wrong. All right, guys. Speak with you soon. And until then, happy gaming.